put it in the group page and everybody can watch it afterwards because it's super important. Okay, so a couple things. I have made DT Nation admin post only. It's just for the time being until I can figure out a way where we can get questions answered in a fast enough time, efficiently, and actually giving people the right info. There are a lot of things going on with the page, and I can't always keep up with it, and a lot of questions are either not being answered at all or being answered incorrectly. So for the time being, I just want no posts going on in that page until I can figure it out. Every day until I get this figured out, every day I'll make a post at the beginning of the day. So anybody that has questions to comment on that post throughout the day. The only bummer about this is we won't be able to welcome people. I might change it and say admin approval only, and then we'll approve welcome posts as people are getting welcome to the group. And I was talking to a couple of my leaders today, and there's compliance issues that people are dealing with. First of all, before we even get into it, if anybody asks a question in that group page, everybody has a right to ask a question on that group page. Nobody has a right to make anybody feel bad about it. Nobody has a right to make anybody feel like they have to delete their post because they were getting attacked. This can't happen. We are supposed to be motivating and supportive, and we're supposed to be helping each other out, not making each other feel bad and belittling each other. And unfortunately, I was driving, so I didn't even get to see the post before it was deleted, but I've been receiving a lot of messages about it. So we're all adults here, ladies. If you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it. If there's an issue that needs to be brought to my attention, bring it to my attention. But please, please don't go back and forth causing arguments and stuff on the group page. It just does not look good, especially to new people that are joining this business. It doesn't happen very often. I don't think I've had this talk in months, but we are growing at such a rapid pace. So sometimes personalities do kind of clash, and we deal with it when we can. Another thing is I have been informed just in the last couple days that there are people on this team page kind of crossing the line with compliance issues. As far as the rule goes for me, I've been in this business for 3.5 years. I have ran my business 100% compliant. You'll never find anything that I've done. Right now, there is kind of like a mix of things going on as far as what's compliant and what's not compliant. So I'm going to go over those things really quick. Outside of that, I can't really do anything when it comes to people not being compliant, okay? I've had a lot of issues with a lot of other distributors that are not on my team, but sideline people that run their business very wrong, don't do it the right way. And unfortunately, there are always going to be a few bad seeds in every business that you work. My best advice to you is keep those blinders on, encourage your team to just follow the rules. They're going to be the ones that continue to grow in this business, and they're going to be the ones whose business have longevity. The people who don't do it properly are the ones that I see kind of crumble and their teams kind of fall apart. But this is the thing, okay? So what we can't do, we cannot post in SwipSwap sites. You cannot post in yard sale types. Anything where people are selling used goods, you cannot post, okay? Now, mom groups, are working from home groups, or health and fitness groups, any of those groups are totally fine. No SwipSwap, no yard sale. Now, I'm going to tell you what, I guarantee you every SwipSwap and yard sale type group out there has a distributor, an It Works distributor, that is posting when they shouldn't be posting in that group. So these are your options. You can message that person and let them know this is not compliant. I would screenshot anything first. Let them know this is not compliant. We are not allowed to post in these yard sale groups. 90% of the time people are new and they just don't even know. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. So 90% of the time people are new and they just don't know that they're not allowed to post in those pages, okay? So let's give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and we're going to send them a message and just say, hey, I don't know if you're new, but, we're actually not allowed to be posting in those groups. I just thought I'd pass it along before, somebody reports you to compliance or whatever, because some people are kind of crazy like that, okay? That's what you're going to send them. If they delete, block, or ignore you, they probably know what they're doing is wrong, and they don't care. And it's unfortunate for us. It's unfortunate for the people who work their business the right way. I mean, I've been in this business 3.5 years, and although I am a presidential diamond, I am finding it very hard for me to continue to be consistent and continue to tell my team to be consistent when more and more people are kind of popping up using like those Facebook groups. But I can tell you that you can work this business the right way and still move forward. People are doing it every single day. Okay. So if they delete you, if they block you, whatever, now this is your opportunity. You can report these people to compliance. Feel free to report anybody that you see doing something wrong to compliance. Anything that I see, I address it when I see it. But outside of that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really focused on what I'm doing with my business. And just because people are promoting and people are moving forward, it doesn't always mean that they're doing it in a way that is against compliance. So I just want to put that out there, because if you feel like something is happening where people are either taking potentials from you, or they're adding friends on Facebook that you're already friends with, or they're messaging people that are already on your team, things like this, girls, I see you doing kissy faces. This is so distracting. If stuff like this is going on, I highly recommend addressing the situation, because not everybody knows. If you're not friends with that person on Facebook, they can't see that you have any mutual friends. And just by joining a group or by following the same people, there is a chance that there are people that can add mutual friends without realizing that you're already a mutual friend. So just kind of pay attention to that. If you see that somebody is added, I would just send that person that you're already friends with, and just say, hey, how do you know this person? It's such a small world. Just some message like that, so you can kind of figure out what's going on and why people are being added on other teams. But I wouldn't always jump to the conclusion that somebody is being shady, because sometimes it's just a misunderstanding. And if they are being shady, I've said this since day one. I've had this conversation many of times with a lot of people. If you feel like somebody is doing something wrong and being uncompliant and continuing to do it over and over again, report them. That's the best advice that I can give you. Let compliance deal with it, because unfortunately, us as distributors, we can't do anything about it. And compliance can't do anything about it until they know about it. Okay? So I highly recommend it. I highly recommend reporting the people to compliance that you feel are continuously doing the same thing over and over and over again, that or they know is not compliant. That's all. That's honestly all we can do. But going forward, the best advice that I can give you guys is, like I said, put those blinders on and focus on what is in front of you, and focus on what your team is doing and where they want to be, because that's ultimately how everybody's going to move forward. If we focus on what other people are doing and how other people are promoting, you're going to get into a funk really quick, and you're going to be like, this isn't even worth it. And I can tell you that because for a year in my business, I went through that funk, because I had a girl on my own team, my personal team, that was a triple diamond, that was able to quit It Works, not altogether, but just basically stop working, go build a business with another company for 7 months, and talk her way back into getting with It Works and getting her account back. So I don't know what happened. Obviously, I don't know what the situation was, how she got her account back, what string she had to pull for that. But it's very disheartening for me, because she has an awesome team below her that is just exploding, and she's benefiting from all of that. And when she left, she took quite a few people with her. So she poached a bunch of people from her downline, my downline. And for a long time, I just kind of I let myself dwell over it. I was just kind of like, wait a second, this isn't right. But I'm telling you, it's all part of every business that you're ever going to be in. There's shady people. I'm sure you work with people at your normal job that are you just can't stand to be around, because they're just weird and they're just not normal, and they're just, they just put off a bad vibe. So just know that that doesn't mean you're not going to see success. That doesn't mean you can't have success in this business. Okay. So don't let that hold you back, because I promise you, if you stop focusing on that, things are going to turn around for you, and they're going to start moving in the right direction. I had to tell myself this over and over for a year. It took me like a year to get out of my funk. So. go inside for a minute, okay? Let me finish this. So, so just know that the situations at hand can be handled. You can handle them in a way that you want, any way that you want to handle them. Just know that, you know, our focus definitely needs to be on growing our businesses and not getting too caught up in what people are doing outside of this team. If it's in this team and people are not being compliant, you need to let me know, because one of the big things that I pride myself on is that hold on, let me meet you guys really quick. Is one of the things that I pride myself on is that I am compliant. I am a very compliant person. I follow the rules every single day. I mean, since It Works started saying corporate photos only, I've only been posting corporate photos, corporate approved photos. So I find myself to be one of the people that you can, you know, always go to me for, you know, people to follow and stuff like that, because I am very compliant. I follow the rules. Anybody else that doesn't, if they're on my team, you need to let me know, because, you know, they will not be allowed in my group. People who don't follow the rules can't be in my group. They can't participate in my incentives, and they cannot be in my leadership group and participate in any sort of leadership retreats, any of that stuff. I just don't tolerate it. If you're in any sort of leadership rank, it doesn't matter if you're executive, Ruby, or whatever, you have a team underneath you. And when you get into like emeralds and diamond and double diamond, and you become very good at this business, people start following you. And they're probably sidelined, not even on your team, but they follow you because they look to you for motivation and encouragement. And when they find out that you're doing things shady, it's so disheartening for people. So a lot of people look up to leadership and leaders even on this team. So you want to make sure that what you're presenting to people is something that they can duplicate without getting in trouble, because I can tell you what, there are a lot of distributors now, and people are not going to be afraid to report to compliance. So just do your businesses, you know, just work your businesses correctly. If you have questions about certain things, you can feel free to ask me, like if this is compliant or if it's not compliant. If you're dealing with a specific issue with a specific distributor, feel free to let me know, and I can kind of help you take care of the situation, or we can kind of come up with a way that we can make everybody happy. I don't think I have any lights out here. It's weird. All of a sudden it's dark. So with that being said, I'm glad everybody's on tonight. Tonight's just going to be a Q&A. So if you guys have questions that you need answered, start throwing them at me. I'm going to go ahead and ask and unmute yourself and ask them, but I'm going to kind of scroll through DT Nation and see if there's any questions that have been asked that weren't answered. So go ahead, guys, start asking. Nobody? What? Okay, so somebody asked in the group page, how does the prepaid card work? Like, would I be able to take money out of it with an ATM? I don't use the prepaid card. Does anybody know if you can take money out like an ATM, or just use it for debit charges? I don't think you can use it for an ATM. I think you can only use it for debit charges.
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
yeah, you can. You can.
Okay, yes, you can.
It's gonna charge you.
Yeah, I know the prepaid card has high fees, so I don't personally use it, but there's a lot of people who do use it and use it for like a blitzing opportunity. I'm going to move to this other table that has more light. Okay, so, excuse me, sorry. Hopefully this kind of helps a little bit. Okay, so, okay, yes, Bryn, did you have a question? No? Okay, let's see. Any other questions? Who's talking? I think there's two people trying to
I just had a question in regards to the when a loyal customer gets their website for 30 days to get their referrals or their what if that the 30 days finish? What happens to those customers pretty much? Like if I have my loyal customers and she has a friend that signs under her account, her website, what happens to that customer? It would be considered my customer?
After the 30 days or within the 30 days? Or anytime? So basically, I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of background noise. So basically, what happens when somebody signs up through somebody's share site, it's your, wherever that loyal customer is that they're signing up through, you're going to get paid on that level. Okay. So like if it's on your first level, you're going to get 10% of that loyal customer's order. Does that make sense? Where'd you go? Where'd Vanessa go? I think she got kicked off.
I can't hear you. That's why I'm putting the phone on my ear because I can't hear you that well.
Can anybody else hear me? Yeah, good. Okay. So when somebody orders from a loyal customer like referral site, you get paid on whatever level that loyal customer is on. So if they're on your first level, you're going to get 10% of that loyal customer's order. They're not technically your loyal customer. Like you can't use them for like wrap rewards or product credit. But if they did upgrade to like a distributor, they would be your distributor. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, who else had a question? Somebody else had one. I thought I heard two people talking. Nobody?
Hey, so, can you hear me?
Who's talking?
Courtney.
Oh, yes. Hi, Courtney.
So about like the low customer referrals, can you place those customers?
No.
No? Okay.
You can't move them or that volume.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Nikki, did you have a question? Nika? No? I can't hear you. I keep seeing you unmute yourself, but I can't hear you. Try typing it at the bottom. You know, we're coming up to the end of April, which is awesome because I have a feeling they're going to do an awesome announcement at Green Carpet, which is in July. They're going to announce another product. If you haven't ordered your Mother's Day kit, order it because it's a great opportunity for you to sample oils at parties. Plus, it helps boost volume, okay? If you haven't emailed your loyal customers about it, get out there and email your loyal customers because it's a great gift for their mothers, their aunts, their sisters, their cousins, whoever that they're celebrating Mother's Day with. It's a great opportunity to give them a gift and to help boost volume at the same time. So make sure that you guys have all messaged your loyal customers. If you bought your oil set or any of your loyal customers have ordered it, don't forget to find my post where I'm doing the incentive because I'm doing some giveaways for anybody that orders it and their loyal customers order it. So you have to screenshot your order, their orders, and post it on the original post, and then you'll get entered to a drawing. I'm doing three winners, so make sure you hop on that.
Another question. It's Courtney again.
Hi.
Can a loyal customer sign up using the Mother's Day gift set? No.
The Mother's Day gift set is only for current distributors or current loyal customers. No perk points, no product credit, no new enrollments, no auto ships.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. It's just an extra order.
Okay.
Anybody else with questions? Okay, no questions. So what can we talk about? What's something that you guys want me to talk about?
I have a question.
Yes, who is this?
Megan.
Hi, Megan.
Hey, I've never done a giveaway. And I want to know by compliant, the only way to do a giveaway, let's say you're doing it on Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is, this has to go out to absolutely everybody, right? You can't be like, you have to be a loyal customer or you have to sign up to be a loyal customer. This has to go out to people who are or are not customers, correct?
Right. You cannot offer giveaways to get people to sign up regardless. You can't.
Correct.
You can't enter people into a drawing. You can't give them free sample packs. You can't send them free samples. You can't do anything to get people to become a loyal customer or distributor by offering them anything additional.
Right.
But
if I wanted, like, if you were like, let's say I was like, hey, I'm doing a giveaway. Depending on the amount of people who enter, I'll pick a number, and this goes to, but you can be like, it goes to everybody, correct? Right? Or no?
It would just depend on the giveaway. It would just depend on the entry. How do they get entered?
Just, let's just say they had to put a number underneath.
Oh yeah, that's totally fine. As long as
okay, I've never done one, so I don't know.
As long as you're not saying, like the next 5 people that become a loyal customer gets into a free drawing for a free wrap. You can't do that.
Okay.
Now, listen, there are so many ways that you can spin the customer referral program to get people to sign up. So like you can say, sign up today and get unlimited and earn unlimited product in your first 30 days. You can say,
oh yeah, I've done that.
Yeah. You can say stuff like that because you're talking about the referral program. You're not saying by becoming a loyal customer, I'm just going to give you this wrap. You're saying like you get to take advantage of the referral program and you have all these, all these things that you can take advantage of once you are a loyal customer. But, so there's definitely different ways that you can spin it. You just can't offer people incentives to actually get them to go sign up.
Right. I was just thinking of a way more like, okay, well, let's say is this compliant? If I'm like, share my picture on your page and enter to be given away, I'll choose a number out of how many people, and that way it's like whether you're a loyal customer or not, you're just a person on my page.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you can do that. You can say like and share my pic. People do it all the time to get likes on Instagram. They'll say tag 3 friends, and if your 3 friends like my page, then you can get entered into a drawing for a free wrap. You could totally do that.
Okay.
As long as they're not
good to know.
As long as they're not signing up because of it, it's totally fine.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, Nika, let's try this again. Nope, I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Have her type it in.
Can you hear now?
Send
yes,
you a message.
Okay. Okay, I'm on cell phone. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So basically my question was, what do you do when, I'm started for Ruby and I just need my volumes up, but I have a few distributors that really aren't doing much and I'm kind of just placing under them. What do you do? Because I can really, only place so many customers under them.
Yeah, okay. So
I've been trying to, encouraging them to post and everything else, but there's only so much I can do on my end. What exactly, could I do?
So what I do is anytime there's somebody that I'm kind of dealing with, so I'm constantly having to replace volume underneath them, I will send them like a one final message like, hey, I've been placing volume under you for the last however long, so I know you've been earning a paycheck. Is this something that you want to continue to do? Because if not, I'm going to have to replace you and find somebody else that's willing to kind of put in the time and effort. I always tell people, it's no hard feelings. You're not going to hurt my feelings if you don't want to do this, but, I'm really focused on my promotion and this business and getting it moving forward, and I would love to do it with you, but if it's not something you're interested in, you just need to let me know. Because it's not fair to you to have to continuously build these people, and until you replace them, you're going to have to continue to do that. So my advice for you would be, if you're going for like a bonus, I would place until you get your bonus, and then that next month I would replace them and start fresh.
Okay. That makes sense. Thank you.
No problem. Anybody else have questions? Oh, you guys are quiet tonight. Usually you have a ton of questions.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hello, hi.
Who's talking?
This is Tess.
Hi, Tess.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm jealous. I wish I could be where you're at, but So for my question is, there isn't a limit to how many people you can place, right?
No. The only limit is how many volume movements you can do in a month. So you can only move 1,000 BV or 5 movements, 5 orders. Other than that, there's no limit with distributors or loyal customer placement.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Who else? Who else? Come on, I know you guys have more questions. Come on. You guys ask questions every day in the group page. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to go back and scroll through.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you move volume from one of your loyal customers, or is it only volume from your own personal orders?
You can only move volume from your personal orders. You can move the loyal customer as long as it's within 24 hours if they sign up, but you can't, once they're moved, it's over. You can't move their volume and you can't move them again.
Right. Okay, so I can't move my own loyal customers' volumes one time, correct? Only my personal volume.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so somebody posted in the group page, I have an LC who wants to cancel her auto ship because she hasn't seen any results from her box of wraps. Any suggestions on how to do this? So anytime you guys run into the issue where people are saying that they're not seeing results, 9 times out of 10 it's because they're not following the instructions correctly. But anytime that this happens, I always ask them for pictures. Where are your pictures? If they tell me that they don't have pictures, I can't necessarily help them because there probably is a difference. There probably just isn't such a dramatic difference that they were expecting. So what I do in this case is I always say, okay, listen, we're not going to get wraps again for your next month, but you committed to this 3-month thing, so let's get you started on something that's actually going to help you and make you feel better. So wraps isn't something that you felt worked for you. I wish you had your pictures because I guarantee you that if you put the pictures side by side, you probably would notice some difference. But what we're going to do is we're going to get you started on some greens. Everybody needs greens. If for some reason the wraps didn't work, all 4 of them didn't work, it's probably because you need to detox your body and kind of give it a little bit of a restart. So we're going to use the greens for 30 days and then we're going to try the wraps again. Or you can try something else. But that's always what I say because they committed to the 3 months. So they agreed to buying 1 product a month for 3 months. So if for some reason they don't want the wraps, always remember that we have 40 other products that they can try. Okay, so that's something that is kind of my go-to. It's what I always talk about when people tell me that they don't see results. But first question is, where's your pictures? I need to see your pictures. Okay, who else has a question? Anybody else?
I have a question.
Yay! Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Awesome. So does it actually charge them $50 if they cancel before their 3rd month? Because I've had somebody that canceled and I never seen that it charged them. So I'm like,
Well, one of the unfortunate things that It-Works allows people to do is remove their credit card from the system. So if they go in their account and remove their card from the system, technically It-Works can't charge them. They have nothing to charge them on. They will message them over and over and over and over again and say, we need to collect the $50 fee. We need to collect the $50 fee. But unfortunately, that's basically as far as it goes.
nice to know. Thank you.
Still always use that. You know what I mean? I still always tell people they're going to
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'll do $50 if you don't keep this on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the group page and see if you guys have questions while I'm scrolling through. Go ahead and ask. Okay, so somebody was asking about somebody with gastric bypass surgery. Okay, so it kind of depends, if they can use the wraps or not. It kind of depends where they're at in their journey because I know in the early stages that they can only consume so much in a day. So I know that if they're just recently had the procedure done, they wouldn't be able to drink all the water that you're required to with the wraps. Now, saying this doesn't mean that they won't see results, but just let them know. I always tell people wait a while until you're kind of back on a regular diet where you can drink 2 bottles of water in 45 minutes, because gastric bypass people do really see great results after they've lost so much weight and they have all that loose skin. They see awesome results. Okay,
have a question.
Sure.
What is your best response to somebody who hates drinking water and loves drinking soda?
They don't want to get healthy.
I know, it's like my worst thing is people. I never knew how many people hated drinking water.
I know. I've had that so many times at wrap parties. People are like, oh my God, I can't stand water. I'm like, what? I mean, like, there's not even a taste to it. Like, it doesn't. Depending on like how you're dealing with these people, anybody that I'm messaging, anybody that I'm messaging with, I will tell them that, like, if you really want to get healthy and you really want to change your lifestyle and you really want to start losing weight, water is the number one key. Besides all these products, besides all the It Works products or any other weight loss products, you have to make sure you're drinking your water. But you'd be surprised how many people that only like soda love the greens, the berry greens in their water. They will slam them down.
Now, can you? Because I don't flavor my water. I've never done that. I drink almost 200 ounces of water a day. I don't know. I just do it. But I know people always ask me, can I use those flavors, 0-calorie flavor things?
As long as there's no artificial sweetener, yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah,
thank you.
For sure. Okay, so Jessica just asked a question, and she said, how do you guys deal with the negative comments on posts? My own mother-in-law commented on a rap post saying, these are a joke and don't work. I ended up deleting the post, but should I delete them as a friend? Well, this is kind of a tough question because it's your mother-in-law. So, anytime, look at Hannah saying, yep, absolutely do it. So anybody that comments negatively on a post of mine, I always delete the comment for sure. And then I send them a private message and I say, and I will kind of be like a little bit sarcastic. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, have you tried one of these wraps? And they're like, no. Oh, so how do you know it's a joke? Like, where are you getting your information from? That's kind of how I start the conversation. And then, depending on what they say, I'm like, yeah, most people don't even know that these aren't for weight loss. So anybody that's using these products for weight loss probably isn't going to be very satisfied. It's a skin treatment. So if you have stuff like loose skin or varicose veins or stretch marks, you're going to love the product. But, if you're looking for a product for weight loss, this isn't your product. And usually that's like, look, where's my foot? You know what I mean? Let me stick it so far in my mouth that I can't talk anymore. Because that is 99% of the time people feel like this is a weight loss product. It's why they talk about it. It's why they have negative things to say about it, because they just don't know. They just don't research. So my first comment would be like, hey, have you tried one of these wraps before? And then I would kind of flip it and be like, oh, did you buy it from somebody else? Because I know you didn't buy it from me. Something like that, just to kind of make them feel kind of like, But, I used to get into a lot of Facebook fights with people, like all the time. Like when I first started this business, I'm typing 1,000 words a minute and being like, I'm so mad. And I would go back and forth and banter with people on Facebook, and it just doesn't look good. So deleting the comment was definitely the right thing to do. My husband always tells me this. He's like, kill him with kindness. You know what I mean? Like, it truly does work. Like, it doesn't matter to me what you think. Like, I'm going to work this business and I'm going to do awesome, but I appreciate all the love and support. And I would even say that, you know what I mean? At the end of the conversation, wherever it ends, I would just say, the last thing I expected was for my family to be unsupportive. But, if you ever change your mind, you know where to contact me, or you know how to contact me. Until then, I'm going to continue to do this so I can help my husband, who works really hard, and I want to bring in some income. There's nothing wrong with defending yourself, but at the same time, not letting people feel like they've gotten the best of you, not letting people feel like they've backed you into a corner and you kind of feel like you're afraid to post now, because that's usually what happens is people start saying things and then people get afraid to post, and now you're kind of like, wait, where's my business going to go? So stick up for yourself, even if it is with your mother-in-law. I would not delete her. It's probably not something that I would do, but I mean, if it continues, you know what I mean? If it gets to the point where she's constantly commenting on stuff, then, that's going to have to be kind of like a sit down conversation with your husband. Like, dude, I'm deleting your mom because she's driving me crazy. Most people say delete her. So that's up to you. Just a reason for people to delete their mother-in-laws, I feel like, right? Okay. So we got about 4 more minutes, guys. Do you have any other questions? Let's see. Okay, so I want to talk really quick about the before and after photos because I know that's been kind of a topic of conversation. So we are only allowed to use our own personal before and after pictures, okay? Own personal before and after pictures or corporate approved photos. So if you have corporate approved or you have pictures that are awesome, send them into corporate. It's testimonials@itworksglobal.com. Send them in, get approval because we need some more corporate approved photos. So if you have great photos, send them in so we can start adding to our collection. I just sent mine in because I just did the 4 weeks on the system and my results were so awesome. So I'm just waiting to hear back because I know what's going to happen is that I'm going to post my own results and then everybody's going to mix up what I really used and then it's just not going to be correct. So the good thing about It Works is that they put what products were used, the time frame and all that stuff on the actual pictures. So when you post them, you have the correct information. This is super important because I have seen so many pictures floating around that's, it's 1 wrap. No, it's 8 wraps. No, it's 2 wraps. No, it's stretch mark cream. So we just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. Now, compliance is really cracking down on this, so I highly recommend that you guys stick to using your personal photos or corporate approved photos only. If you have loyal customers that have awesome results, try to get them to send the email in as well and get their pictures approved for all of us to use. But, definitely don't be sharing other people's personal photos. Like if I posted a personal photo that wasn't corporate approved, you aren't allowed to share that. So I wouldn't be sharing other people's photos that are kind of doing the same thing. Wait for them to have the corporate approval logo on it with all the information, then feel free to post away. So that's really important. Somebody was asking that question as well.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
So do we need to delete the ones we already have posted that aren't corporate approved?
No, I wouldn't worry about that.
Okay.
Just going forward, make sure that what you're using has the little, border on it that has the corporate information.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So Sadie asked earlier about the loyal customer sharing the same address. So this is something that's new. So basically, if you have a loyal customer that enrolls, and they share the address with somebody else in the system, it doesn't matter if it's on your team or not on your team, they won't count towards rewards. So they won't count towards like free product or wrap rewards. You'll make commission off of them. They'll count towards your BV or your group volume. They'll count for you to promote, but they won't count towards like your first 4 loyal customers for you to be qualified for the Ruby bonus or for product credit. So remember that. And it's as simple as changing the address. It's as simple as calling in customer service and making sure that a loyal customer account is canceled. Stuff like that will help you in the long run. But unfortunately, I think it's because too many people are trying to kind of cheat the system. Like you have an old loyal customer that was a loyal customer under somebody else, and now they're signing up, 3 months later with a new email address under you, wanting to still be considered an active loyal customer when they've switched teams. And I think that's why they're cracking down on it, because too many people are doing it. So, or you'll have 2 active loyal customer accounts. One person's a loyal customer under somebody in Toronto and somebody's a loyal customer under somebody in Seattle using the same address but a different email address. So, that is something that they've been more strict on. That it used to not be that way, but it doesn't matter. It used to only be under the same distributor, but now it's basically company-wide. So anybody that shares that same address, they won't be considered a qualified loyal customer as far as rewards, bonuses, and wrap rewards, okay?
No, it's 1 potato. I cut it in half. Eat it. It's good. You'll like it.
Okay, so let me mute everybody again. Somebody asked a question. Can we put the photos into the Pages files because Facebook is butchering the quality when they are posted straight onto the page? So what happens is sometimes Facebook adds filters without us even allowing it. So I have turned that option off on my iPhone, and I still even notice that when I upload pictures to Facebook, the quality of my pictures, it'll be a picture of my kids, and the quality is just not there. I recommend that you can either upload it from your computer. I know that's just a total hassle, but either from your computer, or make sure that that picture hasn't been shared 25 times, because that's when it happens too, is when you save a picture that's been shared over and over again, the quality just gets worse and worse and worse. So I always try to find the original location. Usually it's the Facebook It Works Facebook page where everybody's getting it from. So I'll either just screenshot it from there or save it to my phone and then upload it to my page. That seems to help out, but even still, so many times the stuff just gets so over edited and it's ridiculous. And don't apply filters, guys. Don't ever apply filters to your pictures. Don't make them look any better than they are. We want them to be believable. We want people to know that these products actually work. Okay, any tips on getting distributors? I've been blitzing and consistently posting, and my friends and family say they're too busy. I'm not giving up, though. Okay, so something that I've been doing for people who give me the too busy excuse, they'll tell me, like I have kids and I work 2 jobs and I'm this and I'm that and I'm this. And I'm like, this is exactly why you need this opportunity. Don't you want to stop working 2 jobs or to stop being so busy and just to kind of take a step back and be able to enjoy life, enjoy the time with your kids, enjoy the time with your family? That's kind of a different role that I've been using, and it's been working out really well. I have a lot of great response from it. Also, I like to do, I boost a lot on my Facebook business page. That brings me in a lot of leads, working events, as well as adding people on Facebook. Just if you're in groups on Facebook, adding people as friends on Facebook and just kind of building those relationships, especially people you have stuff similar in contact with. If they're moms, they're new moms, they're pregnant, they love makeup, they are hairstylists, whatever. You can find ways to connect with people all over. But this is the thing, is you can't just do one thing. You've got to do like 5 things all the time. You have to be posting on Facebook, adding people on Facebook, blitzing, working events, working your business page, especially if you're newer into this business. And like my post the other day, when I said, some people enter this business and they just have this overwhelming network and everybody kind of jumps on and you see them kind of promote very quickly. Other people, it doesn't happen that way. And they take their time, and not all of their friends and family are super supportive. So they basically have to start with strangers, finding people, kind of like knocking on doors, cold messaging people, kind of getting people involved into the idea of It Works. So, if this is you, if you just joined this business and you're like, nobody's interested, and you really want this business to work, you can absolutely make it work with strangers. And I can tell you what, that 90% of the time, the strangers are going to get you further in this business than family. And family's not always the most supportive, and that's okay. I mean, whatever, we'll get over it, we'll deal with it, we'll still become successful. But sometimes it just doesn't start off the way that we want it to start off. And that's okay. You've got to just push past it and find the things that are going to work for you, and show these people that are questioning you how awesome this company is and what it's actually doing for people. Okay. So that's your job. That's your job, is to continue to move forward and find new people. Okay. But you've got to use like 5 different things. You can't just use 1 or 2 and expect your business to blow up, especially if you're having to just start with a completely cold network. You're going to have to work on building those relationships, because I've been talking to a girl now for 2 years. 2 years. We talk at least 3 times a week, and she still hasn't signed up. And every day she tells me she's going to sign up. Every time we talk, I'm going to sign up right now. I'm going to go sign up right now. And then she doesn't. And that's okay. When she's ready to sign up, she's going to be a total rock star. I just know it. But she just still has so much self-doubt that whatever, what are you going to do? Until she's ready, I'm going to be talking to other people and finding new people. Okay, I had a potential distributor ask what happens if someone wants to make a return. So should the DT suggest an exchange? If it ends up being a return, does the DT just lose that commission? So yes, what happens is if somebody returns, like if somebody buys something in like the month of March and they return it in the month of April, they'll be refunded their money minus tax and shipping, I believe, or maybe it's just shipping. But that volume will come off of your volume for that month. Okay, so if it's like a box of wraps, 54 BV that was bought in March, being returned in April, your volume is going to be 54 BV less in April because of that return. Okay. I always recommend doing an exchange. If you're local to them, it's easier to do it that way. Plus, they don't have to deal with the hassle of shipping something back. Now, if it's something that they didn't want and they just forgot to change their auto ship, and you don't have a product that they want, then it's kind of like it's on them. But if it's something like the company isn't working with them or the company sent them the wrong stuff and they don't want to have to pay to ship it back, 9 times out of 10, the company isn't going to charge them to ship it back if it was their mistake. There are those few occasions where you get that customer service rep where they really don't know what they're talking about. And when you do get those kind of situations, just message me because I can take care of it and we can get the situation fixed where they're not being charged shipping on top of getting the wrong product. So, to return it and to get a new product. So I can take care of that. But all right, guys, it's 7:47. I got to prepare for my virtual party, but I appreciate everybody being on. Thanks for the questions. And I will make a post right now on DT Nation. So if there's any other questions, you guys can go ahead and comment on that. And then beginning tomorrow, I'll just make one big post and it'll just be kind of like for your questions throughout the day that you come across. Any issues that need to go to like customer service or higher up, issues that you deal with people that are getting wrong product, damaged product, whatever, any of those things that you're just not getting the answer that you need to get, please bring those to me because I can kind of work with them to my I get my own personal customer service rep, so I can send them over to him and have him look into those. So just make sure you guys are using everything that you need, all of your tools as much as possible. All right, guys, have a great night. Talk to you later.